In 2023, we took a Viking Mediterranean Italian Sojourn cruise. It started in Barcelona, Spain to Sète and Marseille, France, Monaco, then we hit Florence, Pisa, Rome, Naples, Pompeii, Messina, Sicily, Crotone and Bari, Italy, Sabine, Croatia, ending in Venice, Italy. Coming into the port of Crotone, we were guided in by a pilot boat. We were guided into ports most of the time, but I just happened to catch this one. Their downtown area is a mixture of old buildings and refurbished for newer establishments. We had to take a 15-minute ride from the dock into town on this one, but that wasn't too bad. Crotone is a port city in Calabria, southern Italy, founded by the Greeks in 710 BC, and it soon became one of the most flourishing cities of Magna Graeca, if I'm saying that correctly. The cathedral is the main place of Catholic worship in Crotone. In November of 1983, Pope John Paul II elevated it to the dignity of a minor basilica. The cathedral is dedicated to the Assumption of Santa Maria and dates back to an original structure in the 9th century. It was rebuilt in the 16th century with materials from a Greek goddess's temple. And this structure has undergone numerous restorations over time. The Crotone Cathedral is dedicated to the Blessed Virgin Mary. It's originally from the 9th to the 11th centuries, but it's been largely rebuilt. It has a neoclassical facade, while the interior has a nave with 2 aisles and a lot of Baroque decorations. It's incredible how Roman ruins just pop up in places, and then there are newer structures right next to it. The philosopher Pythagoras established himself here about 530 BC and formed a society of 300 disciples who were sympathetic towards aristocratic government. I don't know if he's stuck or just nosy. The battles of Crotone in 204 and 203 BC were the last larger scale engagements between the Romans and the Carthaginians in Italy during the Second Punic Wars. After Hannibal retreated, the Romans continuously tried to block his forces from gaining access to the Ionian Sea and cut his eventual escape to Carthage by capturing Crotone. Newer apartments next to the Castle of Charles V, a 9th century fortress that was modified in the 1500s. With the improvement of war weapons, the castle sort of lost its strategic military importance, and during the 19th century it was partially dismantled at the top, and also as a result of damage caused by frequent earthquakes. The National Archaeological Museum houses items including a gold tiara unearthed at the ancient temple of Hera in the nearby Capo Colonna Archaeological Park. The Church of the Immaculate Conception. At the end of the 17th century, a group of wealthy people decided to build a sacred place dedicating it to the Immaculate Conception. There is an underground crypt which preserves the skulls of the members. Now, we didn't go inside this one. After the fall of the Roman Empire, Crotone was attacked by the Goths, but they really didn't get anywhere. But however, at a later date, it did become part of the Byzantine Empire. In 870, it was taken and sacked by the Saracens, who put to death the bishop and many of the people who had taken refuge in the cathedrals. Later on, it was conquered by the Normans, and henceforth shared the fate of the Kingdom of Naples. Crotone was bombed as part of Operation Husky when the Allies landed in Italy by 36 B-25s. We really like this place. There are a lot of things we didn't get to see, but it was still pretty enjoyable. There is a section of the town that is like a walk into the past, narrow alleys, small entryways, little churches hidden on small streets that a bike would even have a hard time on. People hanging out clothes that are so close to the apartments across the street that you could reach out and take some of them if you dared. You just keep winding your way around and you eventually come right back to the main business area. Crotone is just one of those places that may not be flashy and exciting and may not have a lot going on, but it's one of those places that allows you to slow down and smell the roses, or maybe just a strong cup of coffee. It might not be Rome or Venice or Milan, but it's still got a long, interesting history. It's just sort of quiet about it. When you stroll the back streets and just think about where you are at the moment, you can really feel like you're not in the 21st century, but have taken a few steps backwards in time. And you wonder if time itself doesn't move slower here. Anyway, on to Bari.